All right, good morning, everyone. We are going to be trying to play Blueprints today, and hopefully, just hopefully, this will work today. The last couple days, the stream has had some problems, and I think I've got them all fixed, so hopefully we are going to be able to play the game once and for all. Good morning, Bubble. How's it going this morning? I am having one issue, and that is I'm hearing myself talk, and I don't usually hear myself talk. Yeah, my mic has an echo on it. I'm trying to figure out why the mic is echoing now when it doesn't do that usually. I'll tell you, every time, every single time I go to play the game, every time I go to stream, something has to break. That is just how it works. That's better. No, it's fixed. I turned down my volume so it's not feedbacking into itself, so I'll have to figure out later why that's happening, but I guess we'll leave it for now. So we are going to play Blueprints. Everyone started talking about this out of absolutely nowhere as like the puzzle game of the year, so I'm really excited to see what this has to offer. I tried playing it a little bit yesterday and I knew nothing about it, but we're going to try for real now. So here we go. So the story is your grandfather, I believe, is passed away and he's leaving you the house. And we have to discover the 46th room in the house to unlock to get the house. So there's a hidden room we got to find. Didn't expect to stream today. No, I wasn't going to stream today, but I figured, the stream yesterday broke, so we should do a makeup stream. So that's what we're doing here. This is a makeup stream for yesterday breaking. So all right, so this is from our grandpa who says you're not allowed to bring tools into the house, you're not allowed to take things out, and you may not stay overnight, and the entire house changes every time we reopen the house. So every time we come back, things are going to be different. Each time you enter a room, you lose one footstep. When you no longer have any footsteps left, you'll be too tired to continue, and you must call it a day. Okay. And our blueprints. Can you give a shout out to my son Ryder? Of course. We can do shout outs to Ryder. Welcome in, Jimbo. Thank you for joining. Anything in particular? Just a shout out? Just saying hey? I guess let's just start right here. All right, so what makes this difficult is, like, if I put a closet right here, I get 2 items, but then this pathway is forever locked because you can see it doesn't connect to anything, right? So if I choose this closet, I get items, but then that's one less pathway I have to move through the house. So let's open a hallway here. Let's not lock anything down 100%. He loves these kind of games. I don't really know what I'm in for here. I don't know a whole lot about the game, but everyone was talking about this being game of the year, so I was like, I have to give it a try. So let's hook a nook in here to grab this key. I don't really know. Basically, every key I found just gave me more keys, so I really don't know what they do for me, but as you continue, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations, a pad, scrap of paper, a journal. Okay, so we're looking for a journal as well. So now this room can connect to the other room, or we can get a guest bedroom that has 10. I can get plus 10, but kill the path. I can get a storeroom that gives me plus 1 of each. Let's grab the plus 1 of each. I used coins once before, so we're gonna grab that key, and there should be a gem somewhere in here. Let's grab that gem. I really don't know what the gems are gonna do for me, but it feels like it will be important to have. But now that I did that, when I go in here, you can see I've locked off this path. So that path is now forever locked to me because of that decision. Doors in the West Wing are likely to be locked. Kiddo's sad this morning because he saw it as indeed not Easter today, even though I told him several times that Easter isn't today. When we went to the living room, he was sad. I am hyped for Easter too, buddy. I get it. I want Easter to be here as well. I am very excited for that. Let's grab the den. That will open up more paths for us again. And let's start exploring this side. We haven't explored this side yet, so we can put a bedroom over here that gives us more, a spare room that lets us walk through, or a closet that ends in a dead end. Let's do a bedroom, because that'll give us a couple extra steps. And a postcard. I don't know what that'll do for us, but we have a postcard now. Origami crane. I don't know how much I need to explore in these rooms, or if it's really just like the item that it says is on there is the item that it is, you know? Like, if it says there's one key in the room, is that the only thing to see in there is the one key, or is there something else hidden in there? View inventory of all items currently in the house. That sounds important. Okay. First time cutscene, so this was important. This is going to turn into a horror game? Am I going to get jump scared here? I'm not sure. It seems like something's going to happen in here. Everything's being recorded. I feel like a skeleton's gonna jump out or something. Like, this feels overly ominous. There's a stuffed cheetah. That might be important later. I don't know. A sale, 50% off. Why does he have a sale in his house? All right, I guess that's the hallmark of a good puzzle game, right? It's making me ask more questions than I have answers for. So, blue memos are always true, and red memos are lies. We saw a red memo, though. We had that red memo that said that doors in the western area are more likely to be locked. So, that's a lie? Blue memos are true, red memos are lies. Okay. That's helpful, I think. We'll grab that gem. I guess let's go over here. Is that it? It said I could see an inventory of all the items in the house. Does this tell us, like... Oh, that's really creepy, him glitching across the screen like that. So does that mean that all of these rooms have items in it? I'm looking for these rooms? Let's grab a pantry. Unless that memo is a lie. Good point. Good point. Okay, we found an apple. Found some coins. We need 5 apples, bananas, and oranges. I saw that note before. There's a chapel. So I had the chapel before also, and it takes 1 money every time you enter the chapel. I don't know what the money is really useful for, but it does give us some rooms. Again, I don't know how much of these I'm supposed to be exploring, though. Like, is that really it? Does this room just steal $1 from me, and then that's it? Like, that's all it's good for is taking my money? Parlor has a piece of the puzzle, so I guess we will go into the parlor. The black box contains gems. This box and the blue box are empty. And all 3 boxes are empty. Okay, so that's like a puzzle we have to solve. A wind-up key for the parlor game. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of the evening discussing our mutual love of puzzles. I mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I played back years ago involving 3 different color boxes. You'd pressed me to write the particulars of the game, and I've included them in this letter should you need the details. There will always be at least one box which displays only one true statement. There will always be at least one box which displays one false statement, and only one box has a prize within. The other 2 boxes are always empty. Okay. All right, it's time to big brain time on this one. Let's see if we can solve this. One will always be true statements. One will always be a false statement. And one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. However, so my first thought was, like, if one has to be true, can the one that's true also be the one with something in it? Because the first one I was reading, only one box has a prize within, means it has to be the box that doesn't have the true statement or the lie on top of it, is how I'm initially reading that, but I don't think that's true. It's just that one of those 3 boxes will have a prize within, and the other 2 are always empty. So one's true and one's a lie. So we've got black box contains a gem, this box and the blue box are empty, and all 3 boxes are empty. Okay, so we know the black box has to be a lie, right? Because it says that one of the boxes always has to have something within it. Right? So that has to be a lie. So then this one says this box and the blue box are empty. The black box contains gems. I'm thinking the black box is the correct answer here. And here's the logic I got. We know this box has to be a lie, so one of these boxes has to be true. If this box is true, then that means that the gem has to be in the black box. If this box is true, then it has to be in the black box. But then the problem with that is it says that at least there will always be at least one box which displays statements that are only true, and at least one box which displays only false statements. So that means there could be 2 false statements. So if this was the false statement, let's eliminate. We know this one has to be false, right? So if this one was false, the black box contains gems, that would have to mean that this one is true, which would mean that they're the black box, right? Because if this one is true, then that means this box and the blue box are empty. If this one is false and this one is true, it all points to the black. It has to be the black box. Final answer. It has to be this one. Hey, look at that. I figured it out. I puzzled good. Look at that. This one requires a gem to go through. And we got a lockbox with Money, gems, and key. Okay, that was worth it. Okay, we're doing okay. I think we're solving this. We got keys. A passageway with 2 gem requirements, but it opens up everything. Yeah, we're going to want that. That gives us a lot of doors to work with here. That's going down. And we need a key card for that. Okay. We haven't experienced a key card yet, so that's new. You know what? We haven't done a closet yet. Let's do a walk-in closet. Let's see what items are in a closet. There's 4 items in here. A key, a gem, and a key for room safe deposit box 304. Okay. That's new. I guess we'll go forward. That's the only way we can. Persistence, welcome in. Chat, it's Steve. Is that chicken jockey Steve? The rumpus room. Full of money. Let's take that. Oh, look, they have a Zoltar. Insert a coin. Is he going to read my fortune? I did something bad.
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear.
Is flint and steel something Minecrafters actually say? Like, was that a thing before the movie, or was that for the movie?
Something he was told he would not find.
Because, like, people used to say, like, the rock and stone for, what's that game? Deep Rock Galactic. But I've never heard Minecrafters say flint and steel, I don't think. So we're looking for a red flag tied to a cat. And a beach.
I see a door marked
And a door with a moon on it.
that is always locked. It has no key. It is the door you have been searching for yet.
The door I'm looking for is on a beach with white sand and a black cat with a flag. That doesn't answer any other questions either.
What you have heard here has been foreseen.
It got popular after the Minecraft movie. That makes sense. So I assume they say it in the movie then.
Dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more.
Okay, so Zoltar says we are going to fail our mission. So that's uplifting. Thanks for that, Zoltar. Now, I was promised money in here. It said I'd get 5 coins for coming in here. Oh, there they are. Okay. Locksmith with keys for sale. A showroom with luxury items. Let's see what the luxury items are. I haven't got to experience that, right? We got $15, so certainly we can afford luxury items for sale. Like that fancy key, maybe? Or a clock? Or mountains? I was promised items for sale, but I don't see anything for sale in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we can buy a moonstone pendant. Oh, I can't afford any of this. Wow. Okay, well, I guess that was a waste of all of my gems. I guess luxury is more than I can afford right now. You sound like you would scream like Homer Simpson just saying. I haven't watched enough of The Simpsons to know if that's a compliment or not. I missed the Simpsons craze, unfortunately. My parents were never huge into it, so I kind of missed out. I went and watched some of it on Disney Plus, but I was watching like the later seasons, and basically everyone says those are garbage, so I haven't really experienced The Simpsons. All right, so we reached a dead end, and we ran out of supplies, so now we've got to go all the way back, and we're going to lose a bunch of points for going back. And I guess hope that we can make some progress on the other side. Because if I understand correctly, once I run out, the day starts over and the entire house resets. So I don't feel like I've made enough progress that, like, I don't think I will get anything from this run if I don't. Can I just go into this room as much as I want to and reset my... Oh, it only gives me +2 and it costs 2. Okay, never mind. I can't get anything out of that. What is this game? This is Blueprints. It's a game that kind of came out of nowhere. I just saw people randomly talking about it on like TikTok 2 days before it released. Apparently, it's a roguelike puzzle game. So you come into the house and you've got to draft these rooms to try and find a special room. And if you run out of supplies, then the day resets and then the house resets. And every time you try and go through something, it will then... The layout will change. So the layout changes every time you re-enter the house. So you've got to do it all in one run, or it will completely reset you. There's some salmon dinner, I guess. We'll eat that. Lemon glazed salmon. You get plus 10 additional steps if you have an aquarium unlocked. We don't have the aquarium, but I'll take the 20 steps. Okay. So we can walk farther, but we're out of keys and supplies still, so I don't know that that's actually going to help us very much. We can get more steps. Let's get more steps. I don't know. I feel like having more steps is going to be beneficial, and we're almost out of space down here anyways. Ooh, a gem. Ooh, piece of candy. And if any of these are locked, that's the end of it. I understood that completely. Yeah, it's a confusing concept, but so far it's been kind of a blast, to be honest. So... a dark room. You cannot see the floor plans while in this room. A breaker box. Breaker box seems important. What's the breaker box do for us? Keycard entry system. I don't know what I'm doing. But I turned off the key card thing that was required to go through that passageway, right? So that should give us another door to go through. Observatory. We've got +1 star now. I don't know what that star does for us. This is a book of constellation. Okay, so the North Star gives us 1 gold. The Twin gives us trunks at the entrance hall. The Slice gives us steps. Okay, so this is more bonuses you can get every time you find the observatory. So I think that's like the roguelike part of the game is when I fail, now I'll have that +1 gold. And like every time I find the observatory, I'll have just an extra bonus, I guess. I think that's what it's telling me is every time I restart now, I'll have a little bit more of a bonus. And now I'm stuck up here? Okay. I guess we only have one more door we can go through, and that is the one that we shut the lights off to. So let's go check that out, I guess. I'm still waiting for something to jump scare me. I really feel like this game has like a jump scare just hiding. It's like going to build up the horror and suspense and then all of a sudden jump scare me at some point. Like I have a feeling that's going to happen out of nowhere. Going up here and then over here. And then now this should be shut off, which should allow me to... Oh no, okay, so it's still locked. So shutting that power off didn't do anything. So I think I'm trapped. I think that's... I've run out of rooms I can go through. Yeah, so we have to call it a day. So now, if I understand the game correctly, everything is going to reset. And then I start over, but I'll have a couple perks from what I unlocked. I can't take the item, but I should have that like 1 star from the observatory, I think. But now I get a chance to like redraw the entire house and replot it out properly. Gorilla's here. Good morning, Gorilla. How's it going? So yeah, so here we go. So now we're at the entrance hall. The entire house is reset. So now we have a chance to try this again. Let's start with the pantry. Let's get that gold. I don't know what the gold is good for, but... And an apple. Let's grab the den for the gem. Good to hear, Gorilla. West Wing Hall. Alright, so this room has to be a dead end, no matter what. Oh, out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with the wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Okay, so now we know a little bit more. The West Wing is off limits. The parlor has a puzzle in it, but the breaker box... Let's open the breaker box, because those doors won't do anything for us. We want the keycard entry system on. Let's turn on vac, and let's turn on lights. I don't know what that will do for us, but we're going to try. You excited for Easter, Gorilla? It's coming right up this Saturday. So I guess that we're going to the Saturday night Easter Vigil, so Easter will be Saturday for us, but I guess it's actually on Sunday. Commissary. Oh, that's the 50% off sign was because of the commissary. We can buy things here. Payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically as your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call. It is doubly important that you not fail to clock in and out of the electronic computer terminals. 2 of these terminals can be found at security and 1 in the laboratory. And the terminal password has been scratched out. With a crow without a boat. Commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. But that's a red note. So that means it's a lie? Right? The red notes are liars? We can buy 1 gem, a salt shaker, a sledgehammer, or a metal detector. Okay. Why would we want a salt shaker? What's that going to do for us? grab that key. And that makes this a dead end here. But we can continue over here. Okay. It really wants me to take the parlor. Let's redraw. We need that security, but we don't have any. We just shot ourselves in the foot super bad. That just closed off a whole bunch of rooms to us and took away our chance to get security. Oh, that was a really bad move. Let's see if we can recover from that one. All right, so we need more pathways. We can't use the walk-in closet. We'll get stuck there. Bedroom should allow us to go up. Nope. I miscalculated. All right, we messed up super bad this time around. But first time you enter each bedroom with a sleep mask, you get 5. Okay. That's cool, but we lost already. Let's go outside. I saw that I could go back outside. Maybe there's something out here? Like maybe is this like the solution to the entire puzzle and game is just to go back outside? Can't open that. There's a staircase down to somewhere. Full of bowls. And there's a cave. Bird bath. Some sort of really dark storage unit thing? Maybe? Okay. I'm guessing these are like, you know how like in the original Diablo, once you got far enough down into the cathedral, eventually would like open up a quick travel way to get back down to some of the deeper floors? I'm guessing that's what that is. Like that's a fast travel opportunity once I get far enough down there, maybe? Maybe just a guess? Yeah, there's another door there. I'm guessing that's leaving the grounds. And, oh, there's a tent. Is this where my character is, like, staying? Due to the rules of your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. However, your scouting skills have been pretty good. You may call it a day and sleep here. Okay, so yep, we're camping out here. That's kind of a neat little touch so you can go find your campgrounds. A padlock that gets us into an orchard full of apples. I think I saw a code once when I played. And like a missile shelter. Maybe we can pop that open? I mean, I guess you could brute force it, right? You just got to put in... There's only so many combinations, but it would take like 1,000 years to guess the combination, right? You just sit here and do, okay, 0, 0, 0, 0. No. 1. No. 2. Yeah, that would take too long. All right. All right, so we wasted a day. That was a full waste of a day. We done messed that up super So So let's try a little bit harder this time to not be awful. Let's just go straight. Bedroom. Let's do the parlor. I like that parlor. Did we already... Is it going to be different every time we do the parlor, though? Or is it going to be the same puzzle every time? Like, did we already solve it for all... Gems are on the desk. Gems are in this box. And the gems are on the floor. All right, so this is a lie because it has to be in the boxes, right? That's the rule is only one box has a prize. So we know that's a lie. We know that might not be a lie, and we know that is a lie, which means it has to be in the white box because it has to be in a box, and there has to be at least one truthful box, right? So, boom. Ooh, another puzzle. Okay, new puzzle. New puzzle time. Okay. Bathtub and a bat. A pool stick. Lots of pool sticks. Okay. So the puzzle must be this. Oh, man. Is it one of those... You have to get everything to light up sort of puzzles? All right, let's start. Okay, so 20 gives us 3. 1, 3. 18, 3. 3. 3. Everything gives us 3 except for 3. Welcome back, Bubble. So everything gives us 3, but if we press 3, then it lights up those 2. I don't get it. So now do we press 2? No. What is it trying to tell me here? Donald Trump's ear, welcome in. Hi, Emmy. So when I press any button, it just highlights the black on 3. But if I press the black on 3, it gives me those 2. Is it pointing to these? So 5 and 1 is 6? Okay, okay. That's something. Now it's 10 and 12. That's 2. Okay. Okay. Now we have 10 and 8 is also 2. Yep. Okay. Now we have 8 and 2 is 16. Okay. Oh, man. Now we have 10 and 5 and 4. What order do I do these in? 20? Hey, look at that. I'm a genius. We got 2 keys for that. I can math good. A pantry. Let's open up the den. That gives us a gem and a walkthrough. I guess let's start opening up this guy. Chapel will give us a lot of things. What am I playing? This is Blueprints. It's a roguelike puzzle, maybe horror game. I don't know if the horror is actually real or not. Maybe it's just imagined, but I kind of feel like there's a horror element going on here. Let's go this way. That will take us up. Okay, wait. I don't have any money, so if I go into the chapel, it won't rob me, which means I can go through here freely, which means I can open up these rooms down here right now. So we need to go down, down, left, and none of the other doors matter. So... oh, that door won't help us. Let's open up the breaker box, I guess, and that will lock off those rooms. I don't know what any of this does yet, but we're gonna flip all the switches on and just see what happens. We still don't have any money, so the chapel doesn't hurt us. Let's backtrack a little bit. And open these doors up. Let's see, there's a nook that'll be a dead end, a drawing room that takes a gem. I guess let's get the extra steps from the bedroom. Oh, what's this? Just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. That would not be helpful. Ooh, a magnifying glass that lets us inspect documents more closely. Ooh. Okay, so there's more hidden things on documents? Maybe there's something hidden. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's go check out this side of the house. I guess let's grab the starter note as well. Is there anything... does it only magnify things, or does it give us like usually you couldn't read that, so the White Sea of Yor and Mora High? Is that going to be anything? It doesn't look like there's anything like secret, like it's not pulling up hidden ink or anything. It looks like it's just magnifying. Maybe that's useful, maybe not. I guess we'll see. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. Now, we were told that these are liars, so we don't know if the red ones are true yet or not. So let's go to the closet and grab some items here. We're going to grab that dice and the gem. Let's grab our observatory. So now that we've gone to the observatory, we now have 2 stars, which means the 2 trunks will always be added to the entrance hall for us. So now we have a permanent bonus to the next time we play. There'll be 2 trunks in here that'll give us a nice starting bonus. So that's kind of cool. I love the games where you can't trust anyone. They are doing a very good job of making it so that I cannot trust anyone. They are definitely doing a good job of making me feel like, is this true? Is this not true? Corridor. We need a nice big... Ooh, the dining room. Perfect. Dinner has not been served yet. Let's redraw that. Ooh, the coat check. So you can put an item in there and grab it another day. That could be really useful if I had any items to drop off. That's good to know that that exists. So coat check is one we will want to find eventually. As you continue on adventure, you may want to consider getting something like a journal. Well, we haven't found that yet. Oh, okay. Look at that. Okay, so the magnifying glass does help. That gives you the solution to the billiard puzzle, which I already figured out on my own. Humble brag. Just a little. And then there's the order of operations that we wanted to try and figure out. So the antechamber appears to be sealed by all four sides. So if we get to the antechamber, it is sealed on all four sides. Sinclair has many secret that he will take to his grave. Okay. So the magnifying glass does help. I already figured that puzzle out, though, so I puzzled real good. Ooh, security. Okay. Until all further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Okay. The note we just read said that that is not true. So I think we can confirm that the red notes are liars. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Okay, so we know that's true. We've experienced both of those things. So we can confirm red is liars, blue are correct. Now, another note we read said that there was a security terminal in here for checking in. And that I don't see. And there's the electronic doors. Oh, wait. Red memos are lies unless written by hand. Okay. So because this one is typed up, we know this one's a liar. Okay, we're figuring more out. We're getting more. We're getting more. Figuring more out. Slowly but surely. Bedroom. Let's give us a nice little refreshing point. And as we continue to go north, we're going to get more locked doors. So is there anything hidden on her? I see the crescent moon was... Zoltar told me that I needed to find a door with the crescent moon. I see she's wearing a crescent moon, so that must be important. Is there anything hidden in the postcard? Doesn't look like it. Let's go into the courtyard. It has a metal detector. Greater chance of finding keys and gold. Ooh. Fancy. Door's locked. We only have one key left. We haven't experienced the dark room yet, so... It is indeed dark in here. I still feel like there's going to be a horror element to this game. I still feel like something's going to jump out at me at some point. Door is locked. And we have to... Okay, so we have to draft by complete guess. All right, chat. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Twos have it. Room number 2 is... I think you guys chose really good. A filing room? A records room? The archives. While drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. That's bad, right? You guys cursed me. What? Why would you do this to me? How could this happen to me? Marigold wins the literary honor, and Swinburne never considered herself a success. Okay. Marigold drops her publisher. Search continues. Priceless jewels stolen. What's this have to do with anything? This is over the course of like 3 years. What is this? What does this have to do with anything? It's your fault for bragging. That I probably agree with that. Door is locked. All right, we've got 3 locked doors. I guess it's time to use the key and hope for the best, so... Green rooms do not cost items for sale. I guess let's grab a confidential room? The wine cellar with... treasure. A treasure map. So X marks the spot. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up and 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up and 1 to the... Okay, so we need a key to go over there, and there's going to be a treasure over there. And some different colored gems. Okay. That is good. The bad news is, though, we are out of keys. So we are going to go back and hope to find a key. We've got 1 room we can go through, and hopefully our metal detector pays off. What? This looks like the spot. Oh, it's telling me to come down here. I need a shovel. Okay, well. That's not helpful right now either. Ooh. All right. The passageway would give us some extra places to move to, more chances for a key. The archive room might give us something good. The last one gave us a lot of good things. And the mail room would give us something, a package delivered the next day. Those all seem really good. I'm going to risk it with the passageway. We need more paths to walk on. So we're going to hope for the best. Let's see. Locked. Laboratory gives us experimental house features. Okay. We need keys so bad. Welcome to the laboratory. Experiment, research, login. In the laboratory, you are free to experiment by testing and combining different mechanics to create an original and unique house feature that will last until the end of the day. Choose a cause and effect. The next 3 times you open a locked trunk, you can lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. Each time you eat an apple, you get 3 additional aquariums. Whenever you draft a shop room, set your dice to 2. Okay. So now we can get some aquariums. Oh, okay, so we saw that terminal password, but it was scratched out. So we need to find that somewhere still. Electronic mail can only be accessed via the security terminal. That is a lie. This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. That is true. So we need more power before we can make this work. I work at Cinca Labs, but got sent over here to assist more with the turbine test. I think he needs help. For the past 3 days, I've been unable to find the laboratory on this estate. Can anyone tell me if this is typical? If so, how do you get any work done? Okay. Heating and cooling curves. This seems important. Room temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, and things thaw just beneath that. Cooler is unaffected by the complete thaw. -10 is ice, and 0 is the melting point. And it's at 205. That seems like gibberish now, but I feel like that will be important later on. We're missing 2 elements from the periodic table of elements. But is this accurate? Hydrogen, helium, neon, argon. So these should be noble gases, and those look like noble gases. It's been a long time since I've seen the periodic table of elements, but I feel like something is off. The noble gases appear to be in the right place. I feel like gold is in the wrong place. I feel like these need to be over here. Is that what it's trying to tell me, those 2 that are missing? Or am I just misremembering? So we have nickel, gold, iron, magnesium. I feel like there's something wrong here with that. Okay, wait, here's something. This solves the levers. 3, 10, 12, 4. But without power, I can't do anything with that anyways. Why is there a coat connected to a cot next to organic chemistry. I feel like I know just enough to know that I have no idea what's going on in this room. That must be connected to the boiler. Okay. I think that's as far as we can get. I think we have run out of keys, but since we still have some steps left today, I want to go to the breaker box and see if flipping that will change anything in the dark room since we've unlocked it. Bully Blank, welcome in. What are we playing here? This is Blueprints. It is a new roguelike puzzle game. And it is making me puzzle good. Okay, we turn the dark room back on. So will that change the actual dark room now? The greenhouse. Whenever you are more likely to draw green rooms. Okay. Helpful, but I'm out of keys, so... not super helpful. Let's read some sheet music. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and in rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coins, so toss away these sheets you find a worthy trade. Okay. And it looks like this is missing a lever for something. All right, the plot thickens. I have more questions than I have answers at this point. That's okay. We've already lost this round, so we're going to have to restart anyways, but I want to see if turning the switch back on in the dark room has made a difference over there. Okay, it has. So we can turn the light back on in the dark room, and that will give us access to... green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Okay. Hartley's a liar. But what else are you trying to tell me? Is that it? My metal detector's going off. What does that mean? I guess that means metal's around, duh, but why? HS has requested another point of a print of her ladyship, I assume for one of the rooms in the West Wing, as well as enlarged with the enclosed photograph. Okay. Said it was too dark. Okay, so this is the orchard we found. 1128. I bet that's for the padlock, right? So now we can open that padlock, maybe? Why did he want another one of these? Is her eye something? Okay, maybe I'm just being paranoid because I've been playing this for too long now. That looks like writing, right? That's not the glare on her eyes. There's something written there, yeah? No? Yes? No? Is that what it's trying to tell me? There's something written on her eye? Or am I just going crazy? A battery pack. Okay. That could be useful. Those ghosts? Or the picture just come out bad? This is like, so this is what's great about this puzzle game so far is like, you see this photo, and the question immediately is like, is this photo important? Are these photos important? Or is this just like a red herring to draw my attention away from what's actually important? Like, is this just filler or is that actually important? We've got the same photo multiple times. There's his camera. Very proud of his camera. We can see these are underexposed and overexposed photos. The tie. But why? What are you trying to tell me? Okay, more importantly, we don't have any keys, but we can go open that. If we plan our route out good, we've got 9 steps. I don't think we can make it back outside. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That won't work. There's 1. This one doesn't count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think we can make it back. Unless the kitchen has food now for us, which will give us a few more steps. No. We have no way of making it back. So 11:28. Try and remember that, chat. Maybe that will open it next time we spawn in. Okay. This is really cool. This is a really cool game. We made it much farther that time. 24 total rooms, rank 7, with 68 steps taken and 6 items found. So we found 7 new rooms, 6 new items, and a lot of tips. So we've made it a little bit farther this time. But now we should be able to go back out to that orchard maybe and pop it open. And maybe that will have something for us. It also said the entrance hall will always have 2 trunks for us now, right? I don't see that. Let's go check out the orchard really quick. It'll cost us a few steps, but I think the code should remain the same, right? I hope. Oh, and there's the tree. So it was chopped down, but it had the code on it, which was 11:28. Hey! Look at that. The apple orchard has permanently been added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you'll start each day with 20 new steps. Okay, that was worth it. Now we've got a permanent upgrade. And Gardener's logbook. When I first came here, dismayed that my predecessor kept no notes, no logbooks, nothing. Commission duties. I've been tasked with the conservation oversight of the alluring grounds. Domain stretches. The West Grounds has not been priority since Lady Epson's death and the closure of the West Wing. There are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings, the terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden. One of the first tasks I took was for the soil survey. Okay, so this is telling us on our blueprints what can grow in those green rooms that we might need. And I'm guessing rich soil, good soil, and poor soil will give us different things. So we want the rich soils, but we don't want the barren ground, maybe? Smudge pots, gas line valves. So we have smudge pots that can be found among the apple trees, are critical necessity thanks to cold temperatures and high altitude. These gas burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off. Okay. I'd like to replace the statue of Orinda in the cloister with a much more appropriate angel, Rena. Abyss Walker, welcome back. So we want an angel? So what have we learned from all that? He wants to put an angel statue, and if we can find a gas line, we can make these apples edible? So if I turn this off, it changes the gas? And that's lit one thing? I don't know that that's done anything for me, but... So now this is off, which means the apples won't grow, but now something else is on. I don't know what that means, but I still feel like we've made some good progress here, so I'll take it as a win. How are you doing today, Abyss Walker? All right, so I guess let's try and unlock some green rooms now that we know a little bit more about the green rooms. Maybe that'll be the next key we need to unlock, is getting more green rooms opened. Unfortunately, this has taken out 7. It'll take out 8 steps in total to do this. So that's a hefty price we paid, but maybe we'll get something out of this. There's the breaker box again. We don't really need that just yet. Let's solve the parlor puzzle. The parlor puzzle is always good. Here we go. We have the gems are not in the white box. That could be true. The gems are not in this box. The gems are in this box. Oh boy. Okay, so they made this one harder. I'm doing good today. I took today for PTO. I'm just doing a little short stream today because I couldn't stream yesterday due to things breaking. But once the sun is well and up, I took today off to go do some photography and just enjoy Holy Thursday and walk around and enjoy the sunshine and take some photos and just get away. I'm so burned out from work. I needed a day off. Gems are not in the white box. Gems are not in this box. Gems are in this box. Okay, so one of these statements has to be true and 2 of them are a lie. So let's try. If the blue box is true, that the gems are not in the white box, that would make you false, which could make the black box true. If the black box is true, then these 2 are false. If the white box is true, the gems are not in this box, then that would make you false. No, that could still be true. If the gems are not in the white box, that could be true. And then this could be true, that the gems are not in the white box, which would mean that you're a liar, which means that they have to be in the blue box. So, but there can be 2 truths and 1 lie, but there can also be 2 lies and 1 truth. If you're true, these 2 are lies. If you are true, then that's a lie. You're okay. You can open the door all the way. My cat's being a pain. He gets really upset when I close the door, apparently. He really does not like to be locked out of my room. But if you're a lie, that would mean that they would have to be in here, which would make you a lie, which would make you a lie. Work and studies combined almost makes helldiving look lucrative. I think I just figured it out. If this is true, that's a lie. That's a lie. If that's true, these 2 are lies. If you're lying, then you're lying. Well, I think it's this one. I think it's a black box. No. That's the first time we failed that puzzle. Bummer. The billiard room. Okay, so we solved this puzzle before. We can do this one again. Oh, there's money. Ooh, a piece of candy. How much do I have to donate for you to restart the game entirely? You know, I'm not super far into the game, so I really don't know that that would really do much, because the game restarts every morning of the game. I don't really know that I would lose that much by restarting the game entirely, since I have the knowledge. So I'd say don't waste your money. So we have 5 and 6 and 3. 14. We have 19 and 3 and 1 should be 15. We have 12 and 8 and 4, 16. And then we have 8 and 1 and 2. 8 and 1 and 2. 14. No, I pressed the wrong button. 5 and 6 and 3. 14. Why do I keep doing that? 14. 19 and 1 and 3 is 15. 12 and 8 and 4 is 16. 8 and 1 and 2 is 14. Okay. Ooh, that's a fancy key. The silver key. Unlocking a door with the silver key leads to a room with many doors. There are many doors in life, Ed boy. Many doors. We don't have a gem to get the security room yet. Let's open the chapel. And hope for a room with many doors. That is not a room with many doors. All right, let's grab those, and then we're going to get robbed by the chapel. Let's backtrack now before we lose too many steps. I'm going to lose so many steps for backtracking like this, but it's necessary. We don't need the coat check yet because we don't have any items of value. We don't want the breaker box yet because we don't have anything to breaker box with. The drawing room. I don't think we've been in the drawing room yet. This is something... I didn't mean to click on that. We don't have a gem, so hopefully that won't come back to bite me in the butt. Each time you click on a door, you will draw these floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, these are there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw. Okay, we already knew that. This is a dead end room. Ooh. No. We need gems. Oh, that observatory would have been super helpful. But we'll take that magnifying glass again. That was super helpful last time we had that. Dinner has not been served yet. We need that gem, so let's open the den. Let's use our special key and see what happens when we use the silver key. Because it says this will unlock many doors. The boiler room. Okay, we needed this last time to unlock the power source, right? So... now we've got power to the breaker panel, or we can send power to... let's see. We can send power to the conveyor belt and the boiler? Okay, that extends that. Okay, I feel like we did something wrong there. So there's no power to anything there, so that's not right. That gives us power to here. Which does what? What does that do? Guess let's also put the power box in here. So this opens this. And I just hit this valve. Maybe if I hit that valve and then I hit this? No, that shuts power off entirely. That loses power to everything. No power. That powers that, and then that powers the draw. That powers that door. But I have no way of getting over there without... And that gives the main breaker power, and that powers that door. I don't know if I can't solve this yet, or if I'm just missing something. That shuts the power off completely. That gives us power. I guess let's move this like that. So that that's moving, and maybe we'll come back if we need to, but I don't think we really need that right now. We really want security, but we can't get security, unfortunately. But we can come in here. Now we have the breaker room. We can go back over here. Flip the breaker. Do that. You know what? Let's try one other thing, actually, really quick. Let's turn that off. I didn't change that, but now the breaker room, or the dark room, will be up. And we can see the same photos we've already seen. I assume this room's the same. Yep. No battery in it this time, though. Instead, we have a broken lever, which would be useful in the greenhouse that we saw that had a broken lever hole thing. I think we shot ourselves in the foot here. I think there's only one other place for us to go, and we're already almost out of steps, so I think we're out here ruining it. Grab those keys. So the silver key leads us to the boiler room. That's good to know. Life with Christelle, welcome in. How's it going? Good morning. The garage, closet. We don't really have a lot of options here. Door is locked. And that's the end of the run. I think we have closed all of our doors. Oh no, wait, there's still, we can go straight in the starting room. It's blocked off, so unless it has something to teleport us around, we're not going to get very far, but maybe we'll get something that'll let us save an item or explore a little bit deeper, so we'll give it a try. Can't unlock that. There's a vault that's half opened. Presents, mannequin. Okay, that doesn't seem relevant. We've never had the conference room before, I guess, so let's open up the conference room. Maybe we can get a journal finally? After meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. Okay, so we're looking for a safe. And that's a liar, right? The safe code is not 9083. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently in your estate. However, if you have a conference room, they gather there instead. So that will save you steps. So that's useful to know in the future. Okay. We now at least have a permanent addition. And we're unlocking more rooms. So we're making some progress. All right. Now, since I have a captive audience of like 2 people, I want to try something. So, if you don't mind being my guinea pigs, I want to see what happens when I do this. Tell me if something happens. Did anything happen there? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Good to know that button don't do nothing. I'm trying a new encoder, so I want to see if that button would actually do anything, so I guess not. All right, I guess we're calling it a day. Okay, well, good to know. All right, I think this is a good stopping point. It is now about the time that I would stop my stream, or a little bit later, actually. I'd go to work, but since I don't have work today, it's time to go do some photography, which I'm very excited for. So let's end our stream here. We're going to save and quit. And then let's see if my new stuff works. I click over to this, and we'll do a quick prayer, as always, before we end. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily. Forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Please help us to grow closer to you as Easter draws near, as we prepare for the final penance and prepare for Easter. Lord, help us to grow closer to you and do thy will. Lord, we pray for all the people who are homeless, all the people who are without food, without water. Lord, help to be with them and help us, their brothers and sisters in Christ, to recognize the needs in our community and help them with whatever those needs are. Lord, we pray for all the politicians and leaders of the world to bring about peace, to bring about justice, to bring the people home who have been wrongfully deported. We pray for today all the people who are students and all the people who are teachers. Lord, help them as we get closer to graduation season. Help to guide them and help them to do what is right and good. And finally, we pray for all the souls in purgatory, all the souls who have been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will show off some photos maybe tomorrow once I'm done. Hopefully I get some good photos today and get to enjoy a little bit of sun. As always, it is a pleasure to hang out with you all in the mornings. Thank you for joining me for this special stream today, and have a blessed day.